Greetings, YouTube. Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another episode of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. This is episode number 58. And in this episode, we're going to be finishing up the Spirit Temple with the exception of the boss. We'll be doing that in the next episode. But anyway, we're going to go back the way we came after receiving the mirror shield from the treasure chest. And all the way back to the room with the Armos in it, and we can stand in the light and now reflect the light with our new awesome mirror shield onto the sun switch, and that will open the door on the other side of the room, and that leads us to a room with a small key and a small treasure chest. So now we can go back to the room that had the Anubis in it, or the how would it be plural of Anubis? Anubisi, Anubises. Regardless, it'll be straight ahead, and we can now unlock it with our newly found small key. That will take us into a room with a couple of BMOs, but that's going to be the least of your problems. This wall is, I remember, very annoying. It's the moving wall of doom, and there's one part of the wall down at the bottom here that does not move, and as you can see, certain other parts of the wall do move, while some of them don't, and then there's spikes on either end. You can hookshot up if you want, but I don't recommend doing that, seeing as how the parts move and will hurt you if you get stuck in between them. So anyway, as for a particular strategy in doing this, pretty much just don't get hit by the spikes. And if that does happen, see, you don't want to end up doing that, because eventually you'll run out of room. So you need to kind of plan it so that you start climbing while you have the most amount of room. So we're going to wait for this to come back around. That way we'll have the most time to climb up the next two pegs. And we should be able to make it with just enough time here. Go, Link, go! There we go. Alright. Not that bad, you just need to kind of pay attention. And move quickly, of course. At the top, there are a couple of more BMOs, so I suggest you take them out very quickly, because getting shot by them could potentially send you back down to the bottom, which would be really bad. In the next room here, we have a Triforce Crest of the Royal Family on the floor, so we can again play the Zelda's Lullaby as usual, and that will unlock the door directly in front of us. Very, very simple. Anywho, I'm going to go to the door on the left here and see what's over here. Apparently just some evil pots. I needed some magic anyway. And it looks like something that we're going to have to use our mirror shield for. If you have the Viggoron sword, you can slash through the metal bars and open the door directly in front of you. I'm going to go back and see what's in the other room, just to make sure I didn't miss anything important. I'm not entirely sure what is in here. Oh, a bunch of torch slugs. Oh, the boss key is in this room. I remember this room. Okay, so I did need to come over here. I'm going to pull out our newly found ice arrows, because that is so cool. I want to know why they waited until the very end of the game to allow us to have this awesome item. It's not fair. They didn't wait till the end of the game of Majora's Mask. I guess they learned their lesson. Whatever. That's one of the complaints that I do have about this game. I don't have many complaints about this game, because this game's amazing. But I wish they allowed you to use the elemental arrows a little bit more. There's not a lot of uses for them in the game. In Majora's Mask, at least, they're required for many things throughout the game. Alright, so in this room, you're going to need to use your bombs to blow up all of these fake doors. And the one in the corner will reveal an eye switch, which we can hit with any type of arrow, of course. And apparently that creates a block of ice above us that we can stand on. So I'm going to wait for that, I guess, to pass by, because apparently I can't hit anything with my hookshot lately. And I can't also jump, so... Oh, God. I really need to work on these skills. Alright, once you hit the switch, you will be able to finally open the treasure chest directly below, and that, of course, judging by the color of the treasure chest, is going to give us the boss key. So now we have everything that we need to get to the end of the temple. The boss key in hand and the dungeon item, which we will actually have to use to defeat the boss. Why do these things come back? I feel like they should just stay dead. They're fake pots after all. Alright, so we can't do anything in here yet. We need to go through the door directly in front of us. And we have a Lizalfos here, which you can kill very, very easily with the Bigoron sword. But then again, what can't you kill very easily with the Bigoron sword? In the next room, we have white bubbles here. Aim for it when it stops. This is a type of bubble that we have not seen yet. And they just kind of like spin around in really fast circles, and it's kind of strange. If you don't want to wait for them to stop so that you can hit it with your sword, you can always just use your arrows, if that makes things easier. If you do manage to catch them with your sword, you can do a jump slash, and that will knock them out pretty easily. Alright, so now in this room we have a sun switch, which it looks like we're going to need to use, and also another one of those cobra statues that has light or sunlight reflecting off of it. If you burn up that sun switch right there, it will show you. It will make a small treasure chest appear pretty much directly across from it, and that gives you bombs, which is a clue that you need to use bombs in this room for something. Not that. This wall can actually be blown up if you don't throw it against the wall and have it ricochet. I'm surprised that explosion didn't hit me. Usually when I do something stupid like that, it ends up hitting me. Alright, so now we can aim the sunlight from the cobra statue into the next room, onto another cobra statue, and yeah, that's right, I just killed that Lizalfos without even looking. Blindsided. Ah, now it is all making sense to us. Or to me. Maybe us. Whatever. Now we can point the cobra statue with the redirected sunlight into the room that we were just in before this one. And now the light is shining on the mirror. So the puzzle is becoming clear, and it's going to become even more so clear in a little bit. So let's head back into this room. What is it with these pots? I hate those things. Okay, so once you jump down, you're going to be attacked by more pots. They're everywhere, and it's kind of ridiculous. You can pick up the magic from them if you so wish, but all four of them down here are all evil. Then you can shine the light from the mirror that now has sunlight being shown on it onto the sun switch on the wall, and this allows the entire platform that we were standing on to descend into the floor below us. Alright, so this actually takes us to the room with the statue, with the lady and the cobra and all that stuff, and the hand that we had to play Zelda's Lullaby with. But now, when we turn to the right, we can now long shot to this treasure chest right here, which does not contain anything interesting if I can ever open it. There we go. And it contains a blue rupee! Yay! Not yay, we didn't really need that. Anyway, this switch right here is not a normal switch. It's like these switches that we have seen in the fire temple that are all rusted and will not budge just because of our normal body weight. So you have to take out the Megaton hammer and give it a slam with that, and that will activate the switch, and it will also unlock the door. So that's where we're going to be headed. And it's this center door right here, directly across from the statue that has been locked this entire time. Now we know how to get through it. This is actually not required. This is an optional event, and this will just merely create a shortcut for us in case we do have to leave, or in case you for some reason die and end up starting at the beginning of the temple. This will make things so much easier. Because we have these silver gauntlets, we can push these blocks along the hallway until they until they descend into the floor, into the their respective slots. And we have another switch that we can activate with the Megaton hammer, which creates a hole in the floor, and when you jump down, there's like a levitating platform that ascends and descends into the ceiling, and it takes us back to the very, very beginning. Alright, back on the platform, where we first fell into the room. We can use our mirror shield to reflect sunlight onto the face of the statue, which will then eventually crumble and reveal an area where we can hookshot to. And then the door opens, and there we go. That is how we're going to get to the boss room. Use the boss key that we got earlier in this episode, and we can walk on through, and this cutscene begins. There's the two witches. Ho, ho, ho! Looks like someone is here. Kome? I really don't know how to say their names, so forgive me if it's incorrect. Hehehe, looks like a Kotaki. Is it Kotaki? I feel like it is. I feel like that's the Japanese thing to do. What an outrageous fellow he is to intrude so boldly into our temple. Ho, ho, ho! That sounded more like Santa. We should teach this outrageous fellow a lesson. Hee hee. There's 3 he's. What is that? Oh, loyal minion. I really don't enjoy loyal minions. When it's other people's loyal minions, that is. Destroy this intruder on our behalf. So, before we actually get a chance to take on the witches, we have to take on this interesting-looking Iron Knuckle, which has some kind of magic going for it. Anyway, it's going to fight kind of sort of like a normal Iron Knuckle, except there's something a little bit different about it. Something strange. This is not an ordinary enemy. That's what Navi says. This Iron Knuckle can block with this giant axe, though, so you're going to want to be careful about that. You are going to have to bait it into attacking, and then once it does, because its attack is so slow, you can easily get out of the way and knock it out with like 4 jump slashes if you have the big run sword. If you have the Master Sword that you're using, it's going to take a little bit longer. After you defeat it, the armor will fall off and it will reveal Nabooru, and she has apparently been bewitched or something like that. Where am I? Well, looks like she's back to normal. Yeah, she's kind of sort of back to normal. She looks a little bit freaked out. She's just a little girl, but she commands a lot of respect among the Gerudo. Yeah, she is supposedly the second in command to Ganondorf as far as the Gerudos are concerned. Maybe we should make her work for the great Ganondorf for a little while longer. Ho, ho, ho! Then we should brainwash her again. And that's apparently what they want to do. And looks like they got their wish, because she's gone, and so are the witches. So now that the door is unlocked, we can head on through, and that will take us into a battle with the witches themselves. But I'm going to save that for next time, because we are pretty much out of time here. So that's what we're going to be doing next time. Witch battle. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and please stay tuned for the next episode, episode number 59. Game on.